Any claustrophobia is not welcome.
I'm not. This is so ginormous. After spending a few weeks with family in Ohio, we set out for our last two national parks of the year-long RV trip. New River Gorge in West Virginia was first up. It was the newest of the national parks, receiving its label from the National River to a full national park status in 2020.
This area has an extensive history of coal mining. It's believed that the New River was present before the uprising of the Appalachian Mountains. As the mountains rose up, the river continued to cut down through the uprising soil, exposing a rich, relatively easy to access source of coal.
So if you get anything below the 18, it starts getting harder to breathe. And so you'll just get real tired and sleepy and want to lay down and go to sleep. So if it got down below that, the canary would look like this one in here laying on his back. That means it was just about too late for you to be in there. So you'd have to figure out some way to get air up in there where he's working. Now a lot of people see them hung up like this. They didn't hang them up. They set them down beside them where they was working because the low oxygen is heavy and you find it along the bottom.
Starting in the 1800s, mining was the main economy in the area, and the park still preserves some of its old mining facilities that you can hike to and tour. We took a tour of a coal mine in a nearby town so we can see inside the mines.
They also had put together a coal town by moving historical houses from the area, and we were able to tour the town. You don't have to crouch.
Nice.
Corn on the side there, but they ain't never gonna get that corn this off to the side too far. So this old house was originally located up by the...
This place also had a children's museum with exhibits from the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry, which we had visited when we were in Portland earlier in our travels this year, so it was fun to recognize some of the same exhibits. Maybe it's because your forehead is so much bigger. I don't know.
I made a stop motion video. Let's watch it.
Yay, a home for little birdie. And then it kills everything.
Boom! Now it's curling up.
Yep.
It's so cool.
Ah!
I'm scared that it's poisonous because it's bright red.
But you know it's not, right?
No.
Because it's an isopod.
I've never seen this type of isopod. I've only seen zebra and giraffe isopods.
This trail we are exploring is a little bit steeper than we had thought. I think we're getting to a good view. So we went across this bridge. We were driving to Cathedral Falls, and Sayla was like, look how beautiful this is. And then I saw a pull off and we decided to go for it, and It's really cool. It's kind of a steep,
Yeah,
treacherous.
but
Where there's a history of coal, there's also trains, and we got to see some unexpected trains up close in action. This train just came while we were sitting here, enjoying nature. That's cool.
what it was. We were like, what on the earth is this fabulous? I'm in the water, Mommy. I'll do something for you. I will. I'll do something for you. Oh, that was a weird thing.
A year ago when Nico and I came to New River Gorge with Luke when we were bringing our RV up, we did this walk at the campground that we're staying at, Rift Rafters Campground, and Nico and I found this abandoned house in the middle of the woods. He wanted to take the girls to check it out again this time. No, there's no road, nowhere. How did these people build this house in the middle of nowhere? Outhouse, perhaps? I don't know.
This used to be a faucet thing, and here's the tube. We're in the haunted house thing with the X again, but it seems more broken down than last time.
Home sweet home. The centerpiece of New River Gorge National Park is its single arch bridge. Construction of the New River Gorge Bridge began in 1974 and was completed 3 years later. At that time, it was the longest single arch bridge in the world, and it held its title until 2003. It's currently at third place nearly 50 years after its creation. It's so high up over the gorge you could stack one Washington Monument and two Statues of Liberty on top of each other and still have 20 feet to spare.
Mammoth Cave hit National Park status in 1941. It protects the world's longest cave system with over 400 miles explored. Even more cave that hasn't been explored yet.
We made it to Mammoth Cave, which is our last national park of this trip, and officially the worst RV setup of the trip. I don't know exactly what they were thinking, where we were supposed to put an RV, but we're here.
During both of our tours, we learned about Stephen Bishop, who is integral to early exploration of Mammoth Cave.
We had fun taking the ferry across from our campground to the park entrance.
He was a slave in the 1800s who was assigned as a tour guide to Mammoth Cave. He was described as being highly intellectual and knew the cave so well that he drew a map of Mammoth Cave from memory that has been verified as accurate. He left his mark in several areas of the cave, as we got to see his name written on the walls in several locations.
Look at all the Mammoth Cave, it's so big. This is so ginormous. Almost as big as a mammoth. No.
Unlike other caves we visited, they pay really close attention to the lighting used in order to minimize impact on the cave system.
Into the darkness.
The park ranger taught us a little of Mammoth Cave's unique geology that has allowed it to grow so extensively in size. Caves form when a nearby river in the region dissolves the calcium carbonate in the rocks, which is a very mild version of acid that is in the soda we drink, like 100 times less acidic than the sodas Americans drink on a daily basis. This causes the rock to dissolve and hopefully not our stomachs. As the river cuts through the ground, the water level lowers and empty spaces in the ground are left behind. Mammoth Cave is unique because its ceiling is made out of sandstone, which does not allow for water to drain in the caverns below. Since Mammoth Cave does not have water dripping into its caverns, it does not grow stalactites and stalagmites, so it's able to continue to grow in size without being limited by the fillings of these formations.
Is it smooth?
It's like polished. Oh, I'm not ducking here either.
Everyone's fingers touching it.
Mommy, I'm not ducking here either.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, I'm just gonna wait for Mommy.
This is
Mommy,
so cool.
watch. I'm not ducking.
Any claustrophobia is not welcome.
I'm not.
No,
I'm
Rico is
not
not
touching the
ducking.
top.
46 inches, okay.
I want to fall on my knees.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not ducking.
I can't believe. Wow.
Just throwing your hands.
Look up!
The park ranger joked that any writing on the wall before 1941 was considered historic. Any writing on the walls after 1941 is a federal offense.
The bottomless pit is 105 feet deep. Stephen Bishop was the first explorer to cross the bottomless pit with an oil lantern as his guide.
Yeah, it is really, and it's just naturally occurring. That is insane.
This opened up many miles of unexplored cave.
Goodbye, Mammoth Cave. Oh, they're nice, Ava. Not every day you see horses walk by our campsite.
5, 4. Ah!
Wait, how did that... Okay.
No! Luca! No! How could you? How was this game? No! Daddy, you're too quick! Oh my goodness. I was trying to hide it from you guys.
Oh, whoops. I grabbed the wrong card.
Wait, we can't place any down. Daddy has one too.
Get wrecked. What are you doing? I put a 5 down.
You got 5 did. What's the what? I didn't even take.
They know. They went on the tour yesterday and they were very good.
200
I was
stairs.
really tempted, but I wasn't. Oh, and that is a giant spider. Oh yeah, there's another one. Oh, there's one.
Cleveland Avenue Tour took us through a man-made entrance into tube-like passages that used to be an underground river. These walls are lined with sparkly, naturally occurring mineral called gypsum, also known as drywall, which also happens to be in Twinkies.
Drywall, sheetrock. It's a mineral that's found in a lot of different things. Anybody ever eaten a Twinkie? You've eaten gypsum.
No.
We had a ranger contact Hostess many years ago and asked why was that an ingredient found on the packaging list. And they said that it helps keep the batter really light and fluffy,
Ew.
but it's also kind of a preservative.
That's also drywall.
But yeah.
Oh, really? I was hoping we were just going to travel in the dark.
This is a snowball room. At one point, it was used as a sanitarium for sick individuals with respiratory illnesses, as the cave air was felt to have healing properties. This seems to be a common theme around caves because we heard the same story of healing properties of cave air when we visited Luray Caverns near Shenandoah National Park.
Thought that they could cure them with a mix of his treatment and also the cave air. Yeah.
Luca, although he was able to schedule or get done with the in-person part of his driver's ed, he was not able to get the actual driver's license scheduled in time. So we ended up deciding that what we would do is just circle back around to Ohio after our next 2 national parks so that he could get his driver's totally completed before we moved to Florida.